We got a huge pack of fans and friends and drivers ready to race here at Iowa Speedway. A beautiful day in the afternoon. First off, I would like to say that we got a brand new NASCAR driver making her presence for the very, very first time. Her name, Lauren Barker 317, in the 11, in a Darrell Waltrip throwback. Leaf Filter will sponsor her for the majority of the season, with the majority of races to come. Austin Dillon and Justin Allgaier, as well as Elliott Sadler, pick up new sponsors. Darrell Wallace Jr. starts on the pole. Kyle Busch starts second, and they share the front row together. Lauren Barker, just a side note, she'll be racing for Fastlane Motorsports, which is NASCAR Fan 20's racing team. So it'll be interesting to see if she gets a top 10 or top 5 in this race. Maybe even a win, who knows. That's pretty much about it, so let's get off to the most famous words in all of motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Row 1 has Darrell Wallace Jr. and Kyle Busch. Once again, Wallace is your pole sitter. Then we have Ryan Reed and Eric Jones. Kevin Harvick and Daniel Suarez sponsoring M&M's once again in a long time, actually, for the first time in a long time. Chase Elliott and Chris Buescher. Justin Allgaier and Austin Dillon. Elliott Sadler and Joey Logano. Logano's still looking for his win in 3 years. Ty Dillon and Casey Kane. The same goes to Casey Kane, but he too is looking for his first win in 3 years. Brendan Poole, fresh out of that Michigan win, and Michael Waltrip. Tony Green, your Auto Club winner, and Lauren Barker 317, who is, as mentioned before, making a presence for the first time in NASCAR. Making a name for herself. Regan Smith and James Buescher, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and David Starr. Rounding out the field, starting in the back, is Blake Cook, the 8 car, the Pocono winner, and Xfinity Series Dash for Cash winner. We are green from Iowa. Eric Jones and Kyle Busch fighting it out for the lead, and it's Kyle Busch for the advantage. Here comes Chris Busch to the inside of Eric Jones. That's them side by side with 2 laps to go. Coming over turn 2, they make contact. Eric Jones and Chris Buescher go around. Jones and Buescher into the wall. Eric Jones climbs out of his car, A-OK. Not happy with Chris Buescher at all. And they are talking it out. After what just happened. This is not the first time. No. Let's go back to Charlotte 3 months ago. Going back to Charlotte, Eric Jones goes around. Chris Buescher, nowhere to go. He gets caught up in it. Both out of the race. Back then it was fine. Now, since it happened again, it's becoming a problem. Buescher runs through turn 2 too hard, to the point where he gets into Eric Jones, sending him into the wall, and then spinning out and into the turn 3 wall. So this race is not over. Extra 2 laps to finish this race. In other words, green, white checker finish. attempt number 1.
Alright, Danny, turns out that we will have an extra 2 laps. In other words, it's going to be a green-white checker attempt number 1.
Green flag is back out. 2 laps left to finish this. Austin Dillon with the advantage. 1 more lap to go. He is going to do it, I think. And he will. His engine blows. Bubba Wallace nowhere to go. He gets into him. And guess who wins the race? Austin Dillon as Logano slams into the wall. No words to describe what just happened. But it was all Austin Dillon who won it all. Okay, so right here, coming off of turn 4, his engine expires. Logano and Bubba Wallace are just coming. Wallace nowhere to go, gets in the back of Dillon. They both spin out of control. Dillon goes high, spinning to the outside towards George Logano. Logano tried to dodge him out of the way. Trying to dodge out of the way, but it was too late as Dillon's back end clips Logano, and Logano pounds the wall. The finish reminds me of this finish right here that you're seeing on the screen right now. 6 years ago, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was in contention to win when all of a sudden, coming out of 4, his engine expires. Teammate Carl Edwards was just coming. Slams into the back of him. They cross the line, and Stenhouse took the checkers. Thanks to Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards assisting Stenhouse to take the checker flag, sweeping both Iowa races in the Xfinity Series, back then the Nationwide Series, in 2011. Deja vu, I know. Here is the top 10 finishing order. Austin Dillon is first. Joey Logano is second. Darrell Wallace Jr. is third. Daniel Suarez is fourth. Kyle Busch, your top 5. James Buescher is 6th. Chase Elliott is 7th. Justin Allgaier is 8th. Elliott Sadler is 9th. And David Starr, your top 10. This is your top 10 finishing order. Here is the top 10 point standings. Justin Allgaier still holds on to first. Chase Elliott 2nd. Eric Jones 3rd. Kyle Busch 4th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. 5th. Median Fan 1024 is 6th. NASCAR Fan 20 is 7th. James Buescher is 8th. Ty Dillon is 9th. And Blake Cook, your top 10. This is your top 10 point standings as of right now. I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but NASCAR is heading back to Daytona, where Season 4 began 1 year ago, for NASCAR Xfinity Series action and NASCAR Sprint Cup Series action, for lots of festivities. So, this is round 15, so round 16 will take place at Daytona for NASCAR Xfinity Series racing, and see if Justin Allgaier, who won the season opener this season for the Xfinity Series, can win both Daytona races. In other words, let's see if he can sweep both Daytona races. Next up will be NASCAR Camping World Truck Series racing at Gateway Motorsports Park under the bright lights. Dale Jr. Fan here signing off from Iowa, and I'll see you at Gateway for the Truck Series race and Daytona for the next Xfinity Series race.